You understand?
We have burning.
Now, sometimes I just burn the wood, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Burn my rubbish then, like
Oh, the garbage, yeah.
Yes.
Oh. So how business today?
Well, no good at all.
No good at all?
No, if you notice, it's not even work.
Oh.
You understand me? So they go slow, so I have to just go slow, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Oh. So you're the only one in Jamaica who carve like this?
Well, everybody do their own different thing, you know.
Yeah.
You have people who carve, and you have a lot of different artists.
Yes,
You have an artist who throw away his paint and it forms something, and he says he's an artist still. But then, you know, you can see details and things like that, you know. History, there's a long history behind the thing, you know.
Tell me the history. What's the history?
Well, the history about this is that from here, you know, and then putting it together piece by piece, you know, not, you know, taking out it.
All the time.
It's a challenge, you know, it's a very delicate thing. I notice people can't clone it. Yeah, but that man we met them, you know, but they not spend enough time. Because remember me, I met them from me at 12. You understand me? So I spend more time and I don't make one style, you know? Yes. But I love, you know, I love it. I understand, because no matter how many other work I do in my life, I still have to end up back to this.
Love that.
Yeah, man. But I don't go up here to buy one from me still.
Yeah?
You know? Yeah, man. Well, you know, we have to work off wishes and hopes, you know, because that's not live off right now, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I hope great because by just rising up this morning, you know, me feel good, you know, because that's something now. I live it in. Nothing else no there beside life. You understand what I'm saying?
How long does it take you to make one?
Well, it's a vibesical thing, you know. You know, sometimes from morning I have to touch one because I have my soul in it. So, you understand? So, you see, another day now, if I had sold 2 this morning, then I would maybe make 3. Yes, man. But it's a goodness, you know? You understand me?
Yeah. So since 12 you were making them?
Yeah, since I was 12, you know.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, there is this guy, I used to climb the coconut trees for a man who used to make some like this. But what he did now is that his knife wasn't so sharp. And he used a conch shell to break out here. You understand me? Well, I couldn't break out the conch shell. So by climbing the tree, one day when he come now, when I climb the tree, pick the coconut, then him come now and take them and make them. So one day when him come now, me climb the tree and make some. And he said, why you bad? And he said, keep make them. And you know, so that man was a good man. He take them and he no bother make again. He make me make. And him start selling.
Yeah.
And he buy me khaki, he buy me shoes, and give me a little money in my pocket because he was a good man. I understand what I'm saying? He dead years now. But he left this to me.
That's in Ocho Rios here?
Yes, if you right way round where it's Jamaica Grand now, that's right round where I grow.
Oh.
Understand? But UDC buy out the land from the people them and everybody migrate further up inland.
Yeah.
So my mom, she left her house at Pineapple, but she died. But I'm living further back in the hills. But you know, to become a Rasta man is a very skillful thing, you know. You have to live under your own roof and have your own way because you understand me. There are do's and don'ts.
Like what?
Well, you don't do certain things and you do certain things. You understand what I'm saying? You live with yourself, within, you know. You have to try to live that you don't live a lie. You understand this? What you do today, it come right back on you, bounce back on you tomorrow. Like I never really remember yesterday because maybe you never buy one also, you never create like now you create something now for me, so because I see you next time now, I know say you now because you're talking so long.
Yeah.
Maybe I talk too much still, you know, but
no, I like it when you talk, man.
Yeah, man.
I learn lots of things, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So you sit down there now. If you come further up, come let me show you still. Maybe on your way back you might buy one. But Then I want to take over a driver too. But ask him, I'll tell him. When there.
When you go?
Driver, don't show them up there, sir, yeah? Is that alright? You have work people around you. You know, the drivers, make sure nobody have any hard feelings.
Right.
Because we call it bad mind. Some people call it grudge, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a thing where it just happens sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Like me, see a man sell something, mother like sell something too.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether I should really call that bad mind or whatever. But you know, by him come with you now and me talk to you know, he might see certain but he might lead you astray and ask certain questions and all that kind of thing. So my driver, but he's a good man.
Yeah.
Yeah man. So you have a beehive up there.
Beehive?
Yeah. Inside that rock.
Yeah, you see him. And there was that dark, I see it too. Yeah, you see.
We call this the Rock of Gibraltar. We call it so. Because you know, you can see even one tree growing on top of it, that means it's firm, you know. When rain is falling, that's where I sit underneath it. And no rain. You can see it forming stalagmite or whatever.
Stalactite?
Or stalactite down the line. So it's dripping at the water.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Well, if it's down there now, it's another history. You see where you're looking at those cars in the road?
Yeah.
When I was a little boy, the sea was right behind that building, the big building, you know, so they dumped it and put it further back. Round that, the way that you see those two big hotels, that's solid land. Round there is rock.
Yeah, it's all rock.
Yeah, it's all rock. But further out in this place, first time when you come and look down here, you see that 4 building or 5 building. Now you can look down now and see. We call it Little Miami.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. So, first them build those towers and things like that. Yeah. Everybody always predicts that one day we're going to have a tidal wave. But I believe it, what you call it, improvement, you know, development. Because a lot of people get work, you know. And it's a very good town. It's a town for lovers. Out here. You can see right in the middle there is a bird ivory. This first time Prime Minister, his name was Sierra. He bought all those land and built a hotel and you see all those dilapidated buildings there. They ran away and left them. They didn't pay the workers. That's a big issue. That's a great issue. Yes.
Since when?
Since before this, a couple of years ago. I don't remember the direct time. You know what they owed. They say that the company owed the government NIS. That's the taxes that they're supposed to draw from their pay and then people get benefit from it. Well, they weren't getting any pay, they weren't getting anything, so they locked down. So they start to take out, they take off the doors, they take out the taps. Yeah, man.
So what does it feel like to look down and see how developed it is and you're up here and you know that used to be where you grew up?
Well, when I look down there and stay up on top of here, it reminds me of one thing. When I remember about the Bible, I'm really sorry to say this, but you know, I picture Sodom and Gomorrah and Lot and his wife, that become it's the Bible, you understand, because it's as if that is the portrait he's giving to me, you understand? I'm not saying that it's gonna be destroyed, but when I'm looking down, it's as if I'm looking down in those places that I feel with, you know, it compares to the Bible, you know. So it's just my feeling, and it just coming like you could have fly off. That's the feelings you get, you know, you understand? So you could have just, many times you stand up and you imagine, you know, hang a rope here and just and sail across. But you know, them that just imagine everything.
Feel a little bit sad?
Well,
yeah.
No, I'm not sad about it at all. You understand? Because remember I tell you, a lot of people get work. And the town develop, more people going to town now, man. And most of the Asian people who was there before, and most of them dead out. But you could have just look on somebody and say, yeah, you come from that family, or whatever. You understand what I say?
Yeah.
You know the people, you know, but you can't know the family. You understand what I say? Because the children resemble them family. But things change. We better now still. So, yeah. You know, so we're going to have an election though. Right now, in all my life, this is the first time I'm not going to vote. I'm 57 and I've been voting for over 39 years.
It's a long time.
And this is the first time because I'm standing on the bank and I'm not seeing anybody doing or planning or saying anything you know, effective enough to really get me into the action. Understand me?
What kind of changes do you want to see?
Well, I like the changes that I would like to see is that when the youth, you spend your money on the children and send them to school. You really want them to come. You don't want them to come from school and sit down at house. Or you give them a work that is minimum wage. The government should have a policy that you put them somewhere. You leave out of school, you're being put somewhere. You know, you understand me? Put them in the army then. Farm and army. Put them somewhere. Where
Some kind of training.
Yes, where they can become whatever, where they have options. And you know, but right now you left school, now go on pure that when you look everybody a beg a dollar and all them kind of things, and economy run down, the government sell out all the private sector. And when you look, you're the wickedest part about, you know, me are the private sector, you are government. Me and you do the same thing. Two, you are government, for your business match up, and me the private sector, for your business touch you. So something wrong. So I don't believe in our government. And the first thing, we never get no independent from first, because we don't see where we're independent. We never get no independent. We never be independent from England, because England we don't get everything where we have. We have the link the long time. You understand what I'm saying? So we lose it. We have job vibes, you know? While the sun shines, you know? You understand? In Jamaica, there are cliches that we live off. You know, there are things that we live off. We've been living off those from ancient. Because, like your grandmother, first, in my days, we never have a television. And we never have things like those. So, what we do is that we tell dopey stories and so on. And at night time we always have a kitchen. Kitchen never. These new people know the kitchen. They're on the building, but free kitchen outside. And in our different
firewood.
place. So when everybody come in the kitchen now, grandma now would come and tell them most dopey stories.
Dopey stories.
But what you get to understand, you know, those things what they used to do to you and those stories what they tell you. If you honest way and keep with it good, because if you send we a shop, we're afraid of dopey, so we are going to come back fast. You understand what I say? So all of them little trick what they use the honest way and keep we in line. These people don't know the next thing. Right now if you beat all your one children, you know say you're gonna prison. Yeah, no, then if you beat a child.
Even in Jamaica?
Yes.
Yeah?
And sometimes we overdo it still, you know. But me know my grandmother always tell me, you have to bend the tree before you
get too old.
Yes.
So you know a Duffy story you can tell me?
Don't take too long answer.
Not too long? And I got a short one?
Well, if I take a little Duffy story. Duffy and Brian Nancy are our two favorite stories then, you know? And next time we tell you about them.
Duffy and Nancy?
Yeah, Brother Nancy. Brother Nancy now is this guy who always... He's a guy. Brother Nancy is a guy now who always find a way to get himself out of problem. So, and he always in a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
All right,
good
man.
size one. Man. So what's your name? What's your name? What's your, you need your name in or
You
what?
sign your name.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Hands on the ground, you know?
Mm-hmm.